Hello and welcome to Balance Online for another posture breakdown. Today the push-up, the Pilates push-up. I'm Lena, I'm going to guide you through it, and I have Sylvia with me here as my live student who's basically performing the push-up, and I'm just going to talk you through it. So that's always the easier part. We start, so the push-up has like different parts. The classical Pilates push-up starts, I'm just going to show it shortly, starts in a standing position, and then you have like basically a standing roll down, which is one part of the movement, and I feel like I'm losing that one very shortly. And then you walk slowly into like a plank position, and then you bend, you push it up, and you directly walk back and roll it up. Okay, so this is like the posture that we want to achieve at the end, and I'm just going to break it down in different movements so that you know how you can prepare yourself to actually get to that movement, because it's normally an intermediate exercise which requires a lot of control over your over the different body parts and alignment in your body. So that's why we start in the all-fours position. You have your hands underneath your shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Exactly. So I'm going to show you here on Sylvia. She has exactly the right position here. Sometimes the natural tendency is that we want to open the arms too wide so that they're actually not directly underneath their shoulders. Exactly. Here you can show it maybe shortly what we don't want to do. We don't want to open them too wide to the side, so we directly have them underneath. And the same with the knees. We sometimes have the tendency that we want to choose our pelvis instead of the hip. The hip is a little bit smaller than the pelvis. So just that you know where you place your knees. Normally it's like the distance of a third knee in between. So that's it here. Then we go to the spine. What happens a lot is that we fall into our joints, especially in a push-up, right? That we have too much pressure in our shoulder joints, and that we hang in here, that we hang with our head down. Exactly, very good example here. And then the third thing that also happens a lot is that we hang here, and then we create a hollow lower back. So those are three parts we want to prevent, obviously. So we support from the bottom with a strong core. That's why we exhale throughout the mouth in Pilates. Then we support with in the top with the sternum from the bottom. So you can all practice with us if you want. When you are in your all-fours position, you can all let yourself hang into your shoulder joints, and then do the opposite, pressing yourself into the right position. So you let yourself hang, and then you press yourself up. Just doing that a couple of times is already a good exercise to get a feeling for how you also want to be in this push-up position. So just do that a couple of times when you start practicing your push-up. All right, then you want to keep that. And the last thing is that your neck wants to be in the extension of your spine, so that your gaze is pointed directly underneath on your mat. Then you have the perfect setup to go into that plank position. So the plank position is often not the most favorite exercise or position in a Pilates class, but we're going to do it anyways here. So, not so fast. We want to go step by step. So we start from this position, exactly. And then we want to extend the left leg to the back without losing our hip alignment. So here, another focus refers to the one where you extended your leg, because often you drop the hip to the side, right? But as we are in a push-up already, like in a push-up, in a plank position, this is maybe a detail that you don't have to focus too much on. Then from here, you inhale into your nose. With your next exhale, you activate the core. Once you have your core active, you extend the right leg to the back, and you arrive in your all front support. So already here, we can see that the head is dropping a little bit, which happens when it becomes a too difficult exercise. How can we simplify this movement? We can simply drop our knees onto the mat. untucking the toes, which makes it even more comfortable. But we want to keep the straight line as Sylvia has here. So this is like also what we know as the push-up for women. I don't know why. We can also do the normal ones, right? But just to simplify this, you have those knees onto the mat. And then from here, we want to go into the push-up. So we want to keep the elbows very close to our body. While we go down, we exhale and we keep the spine long. We go as far as we can hold ourselves, and to then exhale, push ourselves back up. Very good. We go for a couple more. Exhale, we go down, and you stop here already, because I think then you can keep the straight line. Exhale, you go back up. So just go as low as you can maintain your straight spine. Because you can see from here, she's already dropping her head. And coming up, let's do it one more time. Keep the neck long, yes. And lift yourself up. Okay, take a short break in your rest position. I'm just wanted to highlight what happens a lot, and also for me it still happens. We're all not perfect here, right? What happens is that we drop the head down because we want to come closer to the floor. But we want to keep the straight spine so we don't create too much tension in our neck. And then we go straight down and push it back up. Okay? So either you have both knees on the mat. Let's do it one more time together. Or for a version in between, if you feel like it's too easy with both knees on the mat, you can also extend one leg and you tuck the toes under. Very good. But you have here already the weight more in the front on your hands. You have the straight spine and your core is active. So how would you see that my core is not active? When I let myself hang here. How is the core active? When I tuck the pelvis in and when I have a straight spine. Neck is long and we go down. And inhale, we push it back up. We exhale, we go down. Very good. We inhale, we come up. Let's do one last one. And bring it back up. Let's do shortly a third variation. If you feel like this is also too easy for you, then you can either go directly in this position, or you can take the straight leg and lift it with you while you go down. Okay, she's doing directly the advanced version here, which is also fine. No, you come down on your knees, yeah. And then you extend one leg, and then you take that leg lifting up while you lower it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so this is also a variation that you could use to slowly build up the push-up. And once you're there and you feel like this is also too easy for you, then you go where Sylvia was already. You go into your front support. You activate the core and you really push the floor away. So that helps you already to set yourself up in the right alignment, to have those hands under the right pose, to have the straight neck, and to spread your fingers slightly so that you have more support on the back, on the floor. You inhale here. With your exhale, you bend your elbows close to your body. Hold it there, and then you exhale, you push yourself back up. Very good. Let's do one more here. We lower, stay straight with your neck. And exhale, come back up, very good. And then from there, you want to walk with your hands towards your feet. 1, 2, 3. And then at the end, it's just the standing roll up. So I don't want to focus too much on that here now. So you just slowly roll yourself up, setting one vertebrae at a time onto each other, strengthen and lengthen. And that's where we start the whole exercise. So we start, inhale, lengthen from the top. Exhale, we go chin to the chest. We let those arms fall to the front. Slowly roll it down. The core is already active. And just in a few steps, we walk it to the front. 1, 2, 3. We have our plank position. And then from here, we directly go. Exhale, we lower elbows close to the body. Very good. And exhale, we push it up. Let's do 2 more here. Exhale, we lower. And inhale, we press it up. One last one. Core is active. Stay straight like a board, and then you walk it back to your feet. Very good. And then you exhale, you slowly roll it back up. Beautiful. Yes. And that's the Pilates push-up. Easy as that. Very well done. So like you have a few exercises how you can start building it up. Obviously you can also start with strengthening the core first. I'm sure you have some movements for that. And then you start with all fours, with pushing yourself away from the floor as we did before, lowering and lifting. And then you start maybe with one leg straight, and then you enter into the full push-up. Okay? Very good. If you have more questions, feel free to send us an email or send us a review or from wherever you're streaming this one. And thank you for joining, and hope to see you very soon here at Balance Online. Take care.